Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before starting the video, please consider leaving a like. It really motivates us to keep sharing useful content. Also, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel and activate the little bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos about Islamic faith. Thank you all and enjoy the video. In the journey of life, the people we meet often seem to arrive at the exact right moment, almost as if by divine design. This is no coincidence. In Islam, we understand that Allah's wisdom governs every aspect of our existence, including the relationships and connections we form. The concept of qadar, or divine destiny, teaches us that everything happens according to Allah's perfect plan. Every meeting, every encounter, and every relationship is part of a greater divine scheme that serves a purpose in our spiritual growth and personal development. When Allah brings someone closer to you, especially in a meaningful way, such as a relationship, it is a sign that He is orchestrating your path with precision. This divine orchestration is not random. It is deeply rooted in wisdom that often surpasses our human understanding. Sometimes, what we perceive as simple chance or coincidence is actually the unfolding of a carefully planned destiny. The Quran reminds us that Allah is the best planner and that nothing escapes His knowledge or control. Many believers have experienced moments where a sudden encounter or a new relationship seemed to change the course of their lives. These moments are not accidents, but manifestations of Allah's guidance. Allah moves swiftly and perfectly when the time is right, preparing you for what you need most, be it companionship, support, or growth. This movement towards a relationship is a part of His mercy and care, meant to bring comfort, strength, and blessings. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to trust in Allah's plan and to have faith in His wisdom. He demonstrated through his own life that even when circumstances are challenging or unclear, trusting Allah's timing leads to the best outcomes. The lives of the Prophet and his companions are full of examples where relationships, alliances, and meetings were all perfectly timed by Allah to serve higher purposes. Whether to bring about peace, teach important lessons, or strengthen the community. Understanding that Allah is behind every significant connection allows us to approach relationships with a deeper sense of purpose and mindfulness. It encourages us to be patient and hopeful, knowing that what is coming is not by accident, but by divine will. Sometimes, the people brought into our lives serve as mirrors, reflecting parts of ourselves we need to heal or develop. Other times, they are blessings sent to help us through difficult times, or to accompany us on the path toward our goals. This awareness also shifts our mindset from one of anxiety or impatience to one of gratitude and trust. When we realize that Allah is moving us quickly towards someone important, it inspires us to prepare our hearts and minds accordingly. It reminds us that relationships are not just about companionship or love, but are also opportunities for spiritual growth and fulfillment of Allah's plan for us. It is important to note that this divine movement does not mean everything will happen exactly as we expect or desire. Allah's wisdom is perfect, and sometimes what He brings into our lives may challenge us or require us to grow in ways we had not anticipated. However, knowing that Allah is in control and that He moves swiftly when the time is right, helps us face these challenges with resilience and hope. The Quran beautifully expresses this trust in Allah's plan. And it may be that you dislike a thing which is good for you and that you like a thing which is bad for you. Allah knows, but you do not know. Surah Al-Baqarah, 216. This verse reminds us that Allah's wisdom transcends our limited perspective, and the relationships He directs us toward are part of His greater good. Moreover, the concept of divine destiny encourages us to be proactive in our spiritual journey. While Allah's plan is perfect, we are also responsible for preparing ourselves to receive the blessings He sends. This means working on our character, strengthening our faith, and being open to the guidance that Allah provides through prayers, reflections, and signs in our daily life. In many ways, the moment when Allah begins moving you closer to that special person is also a moment of spiritual awakening. It calls for heightened awareness and readiness. The heart becomes more sensitive to the signs around it. The mind becomes more receptive to guidance, and the soul feels a subtle nudge toward growth. This period of divine movement is precious and should be embraced with patience, humility, and trust. Reflecting on the lives of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions reveals that their significant relationships were never mere coincidences. Each marriage, friendship, and alliance was part of Allah's master plan to establish a strong, faithful community and to exemplify noble character. These relationships served as means to spread mercy, kindness, and justice in the world. For us today, this means that when Allah is bringing someone closer into your life, it is an invitation to align yourself with His wisdom. It is a call to nurture your faith, to seek His guidance through du'a, supplication, and to maintain patience as the relationship unfolds. Recognizing this divine movement allows you to surrender your worries and trust that Allah's timing and plan are perfect. Ultimately, the divine wisdom behind predestined meetings reassures us that we are never alone on our journey. Allah is intimately involved in our lives, guiding our steps and connecting us with those who will support, challenge, and love us in the best possible way. The speed at which this happens, when we recognize the signs, is a mercy and a reminder of His power and care. So when you sense that Allah is moving you fast into a relationship, let your heart be calm and your faith strong. Embrace the divine wisdom behind this movement and prepare yourself to receive this blessing fully. Trust that every step is guided by a plan far greater than what you can imagine, and that through this relationship, Allah is shaping a path toward your ultimate good and success in this life and the hereafter. Recognizing the signs that Allah is bringing a specific person closer to you is a powerful way to understand His plan and prepare your heart for what is to come. These signs are often subtle, woven into everyday moments, feelings and experiences that may seem ordinary at first, but carry deep spiritual meaning when you pay attention. Being aware of these signs not only strengthens your faith, but also helps you stay patient and hopeful while trusting Allah's timing. One of the first signs you may notice is a change in your heart. Allah often works through our inner feelings before anything external happens. You might feel a new sense of calmness or peace whenever you think about this person or the idea of a relationship. This peace is a blessing from Allah, known in Arabic as sakina, which means tranquility or reassurance sent by Him to soften your heart and guide you gently. It's different from mere excitement or infatuation. It's a deep, lasting calm that reassures you that this connection is part of Allah's plan. This inner peace can come even before you meet the person or before the relationship begins to take shape. Another sign is when your life circumstances begin to shift, creating opportunities for you to cross paths with that person. Allah often arranges events, places, or moments that bring two people together. You might suddenly find yourself attending gatherings, events, or places you wouldn't normally go to, and there, you encounter this person. Sometimes, mutual friends or family members may introduce you or speak positively about someone who becomes important to your life. These seemingly small coincidences are not random. They are divine arrangements designed to bring you closer. Recognizing these moments as signs of Allah's guidance allows you to appreciate the subtle ways He works behind the scenes. You may also find yourself thinking about this person frequently, even if you don't know them well yet. Your thoughts might naturally gravitate toward them. Prayers for them might come to your lips, or you might feel a desire to know more about them. This is a sign that Allah is preparing your heart and mind, planting seeds of connection long before the actual meeting. It's important to note that such thoughts should inspire you to make du'a, supplication, for guidance and clarity, asking Allah to bless the situation and reveal what is best for you both. Alongside these feelings, you might start noticing subtle changes in how you interact with others or how you view relationships in general. For example, you could find yourself becoming more patient, forgiving, or hopeful. These changes are a reflection of spiritual growth, often triggered by Allah's preparation for the new chapter in your life. When Allah is about to bring someone important closer, He also prepares you internally, shaping your character and attitude so that you can welcome this person with an open heart and good intentions. Sometimes, signs come in the form of advice or reminders from those around you. Trusted friends, family members, or spiritual mentors might say things that resonate deeply or point you toward reflecting on your feelings and relationships. These external nudges can be a way Allah communicates with you, encouraging you to remain vigilant and open. Pay attention to such advice, especially when it aligns with your inner feelings and prayers. Another important sign is the feeling of readiness. Even if your circumstances are not perfect, or if you have doubts, you may feel an inner readiness to accept this person into your life. This readiness doesn't mean you have no reservations, but rather that your heart is willing to trust Allah's plan and embrace what is coming. It's a quiet confidence that Allah will guide both of you through the journey ahead, regardless of challenges. It is also worth mentioning that sometimes the signs involve challenges or tests. Allah might test your patience, sincerity, or trust before bringing you closer to that special person. These challenges are not meant to discourage you, but to purify your intentions and strengthen your reliance on Him. If you notice obstacles or delays, remember that they are part of Allah's wisdom and timing. Stay steadfast in prayer and keep your heart focused on Him. Throughout this process, turning to the Quran and Sunnah provides guidance and reassurance. The stories of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions are filled with examples of how Allah's signs appeared before important meetings or relationships. For instance, the marriage of the Prophet with Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, was preceded by a series of signs and events that confirmed Allah's plan. These stories teach us that patience, prayer, and attentiveness to signs are key to recognizing divine guidance. The Quran also reminds us that Allah guides whom He wills and that His knowledge encompasses all things. Reflecting on verses such as, "Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves," Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:11, encourages us to actively prepare ourselves while trusting that Allah will guide us to what is best. This preparation is a spiritual act that complements recognizing the signs around us. In summary, recognizing the signs that Allah is bringing someone closer involves being attuned to inner peace, noticing changes in your circumstances, observing the frequency and nature of your thoughts, experiencing personal growth, paying attention to advice, feeling readiness, and maintaining patience through tests. These signs are Allah's gentle way of guiding you toward a blessed relationship that aligns with His divine wisdom. When you become aware of these signs, it is essential to respond with gratitude and increased reliance on Allah. Make a dua sincerely, asking Allah to bless the relationship, to keep your intentions pure, and to guide both hearts toward what is best in this life and the hereafter. Trusting Allah's plan while actively nurturing your faith will bring a deep sense of peace and confidence as you move closer to that special person. Remember, The signs are not always obvious or dramatic. Sometimes, they are quiet whispers in your heart and small shifts in your daily life. Being mindful and spiritually connected will help you recognize and appreciate these divine messages. As you walk this path, let your faith be your compass, and know that Allah's timing and wisdom are perfect. As Allah moves you closer to that special person, your actions and intentions play a crucial role in how this divine plan unfolds. Recognizing that Allah is bringing someone into your life is one thing, but actively preparing yourself spiritually, emotionally, and mentally is equally important. This preparation ensures that when the relationship begins or deepens, it is grounded in sincerity, faith, and the right intentions, allowing it to flourish in accordance with Allah's guidance. One of the first steps in this preparation is purification of the heart and intentions. Islam teaches that relationships should be founded on honesty, respect, and a shared commitment to pleasing Allah. Before engaging deeply with anyone, it is important to examine your own heart and intentions. Are you seeking companionship purely for worldly desires? Or is your intention to build a relationship that will bring mutual growth, comfort, and spiritual benefit? Allah loves those who purify their intentions, as He says in the Quran, and they were not commanded except to worship Allah, being sincere to Him in religion. Surah Al-Bayyinah 98:5. This sincerity should be the cornerstone of any relationship that Allah is guiding you toward. Alongside sincere intentions, nurturing patience is vital. Sometimes, the path toward the relationship may feel slow or uncertain. Delays, doubts, and obstacles can test your faith and resolve. However, patience is a powerful virtue in Islam that allows believers to endure difficulties while maintaining hope and trust in Allah. The Quran frequently praises the patient, stating "Asi." Indeed, Allah is with the patient. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153. By cultivating patience, you show readiness to accept Allah's timing and wisdom, which are always perfect. As you continue on the path where Allah is drawing you closer to that special person, the final and crucial step is to embrace trust and surrender to Allah's divine wisdom. This trust is not passive. It is an active, conscious choice to believe that Allah's plan is perfect, even when the outcome is uncertain or the journey is challenging. Trusting Allah in this process is what ultimately brings peace to your heart and allows the relationship to unfold as it should. In Islam, Tawakkul, which means reliance on Allah, is a central concept that teaches us to combine our efforts with a deep trust in Allah's will. It is beautifully illustrated in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who showed unwavering trust in Allah while taking every necessary step in his endeavors. When Allah is bringing someone important into your life, you are encouraged to put your trust in Him completely. This means that after you have prepared yourself and taken the necessary actions, you let go of anxiety and doubts, knowing that Allah is the best planner. This trust requires patience and humility. Sometimes, you might feel impatient or question why things are not happening as quickly as you hoped. You might face uncertainties or setbacks that test your faith. During these moments, remind yourself of Allah's promise that He is aware of all things and that His timing is always perfect. The Quran states, "And it may be that you dislike a thing which is good for you and that you like a thing which is bad for you. Allah knows, but you do not know." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. This verse is a powerful reminder to trust Allah's wisdom even when things seem unclear or difficult. Surrendering to Allah's plan also means accepting that the outcome may not always align with your own desires or expectations. You might have a vision of how the relationship should unfold, but Allah's wisdom may lead to a different path. one that is ultimately better for your spiritual growth and happiness. This acceptance is a form of faith that acknowledges Allah's infinite knowledge and mercy. It is the recognition that Allah's plan transcends our limited understanding and that what He decrees is always for our ultimate benefit. Practicing gratitude is another vital part of trusting Allah's plan. When you acknowledge the signs and preparations Allah has placed before you, express gratitude for His guidance. Gratitude strengthens your heart and mind, allowing you to see the blessings in every step of the journey, even in challenges. The Quran encourages believers to be grateful, saying, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor." Surah Ibrahim 14:7. Gratitude opens the door for more blessings and makes the process of waiting and trusting more bearable and fulfilling. Maintaining consistent prayer is also essential as a way to reinforce your trust and connection with Allah. Prayer is a powerful tool that keeps your heart aligned with divine guidance. It allows you to express your hopes and fears, seek clarity, and find comfort in Allah's presence. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to pray with sincerity and persistence, reminding us that Allah listens to every heartfelt supplication. During moments of doubt or impatience, turning to prayer can restore your faith and renew your trust in the divine plan. At the same time, surrounding yourself with a supportive and spiritually uplifting environment helps reinforce this trust. Engaging with family, friends, or a faith community who encourage patience, offer wise counsel, and pray for your well-being creates a network of spiritual support. These connections remind you that you are not alone in your journey and that others are also invested in your success and happiness according to Allah's will. Another profound way to build trust is through reflection on the stories of the prophets and righteous people in Islam. Their lives were filled with tests, patience, and trust in Allah's timing, often before receiving great blessings. For example, Prophet Yusuf, Joseph, faced hardship and delay before Allah united him with his family and elevated his status. Prophet Musa, Moses, endured years of struggle before fulfilling his mission. These stories teach us that trusting Allah, even in the face of uncertainty, leads to ultimate triumph and peace. It is also important to recognize that trust in Allah involves avoiding despair or negative assumptions about the future. Sometimes, when faced with silence or delays, our minds can wander into fear or doubt. Islam teaches that despair is contrary to faith. Instead, we are encouraged to hold firmly to hope, knowing that Allah's mercy and power are boundless. This hope is not naive optimism, but a confident expectation rooted in the knowledge of Allah's attributes as the most merciful, the all-knowing, and the best of planners. Practicing mindfulness and staying present in the moment can help maintain this trust. Instead of worrying excessively about the future, focus on the present actions you can take. Praying, improving yourself, engaging positively with others, and maintaining good character. Mindfulness allows you to appreciate the signs Allah places in your daily life and helps you remain calm and centered amidst uncertainty. Lastly, surrendering to Allah's plan is a continuous journey, not a one-time decision. It requires constant renewal of faith, effort, and self-reflection. As the relationship unfolds, or even as it takes unexpected turns, continue to renew your trust, knowing that Allah's wisdom will guide you toward what is best. This ongoing surrender is a form of worship that deepens your connection with Allah and strengthens your spiritual resilience. In summary, trusting and surrendering to Allah's plan as He brings you closer to that special person involves active reliance on Him, Tawakkul, patience through uncertainty, humility in accepting outcomes, gratitude for every blessing, consistent prayer, seeking supportive environments, reflecting on prophetic examples, avoiding despair, practicing mindfulness, and renewing your faith continuously. This trust transforms the journey into a meaningful spiritual experience filled with peace and hope. By embracing trust and surrender, you open your heart fully to Allah's divine guidance and blessings. You allow the relationship to develop naturally and in the best way possible, confident that Allah's plan is perfect and that whatever happens is for your ultimate good in this life and the hereafter. May Allah bless you and guide you to a life filled with mercy, love, and tranquility.